Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Diaries, episode 15, Paper Anniversary. First of all, I hope everyone is doing well on their side and everybody's keeping safe. This week, when I decided to record a podcast, I actually noticed that there was an important date coming up. Actually, it's not something I look at or give a lot of importance to, but I noticed that October 29th was actually the 1-year anniversary of the Diaries. So I know the tradition, I guess everyone, that's kind of a big milestone for a podcast, and everyone's kind of doing something special for that. So I started thinking about what I could do different for this episode, and had a couple of ideas, and didn't want to do something like too huge, but I wanted actually to make it about you all the listeners out there that supported me for the past year. I can't believe it's been a year already. I mean, I know it's very fast, but it did go so fast. I can't believe it's been 1 year. And I have to say, it was an amazing ride. When I first started this podcast, I wasn't sure what I was doing, first of all. It was part of a contest, but there was this thing with Podcast Movement to do one podcast in 28 days. And I remember saying, you know what, that's a great opportunity for me to try to launch mine, because I had this idea about doing it on my journey through divorce. And I launched my first episode on October 29th, 2019. And I have to say, it was pretty scary. I mean, when you first launch, I guess, any podcast, you never know what will happen. And on my side, obviously, I was sharing stories that were pretty personal, intimate, and everything else. So I kind of decided to open up to everyone to share my journey, and hopefully I could help people. But at the same time, I was a bit scared to put myself out there to initially strangers and on the internet, and I wasn't sure what type of reaction I would get. And also I was hoping at least that one person would listen to it. So that was kind of the scary part. But like I always say, you know what, let's just launch it and let's see what happens. And it's been an amazing time this year. I mean, I met a lot of people virtually, obviously, and shared a lot of things with you guys and had great feedback. And at the same time, I had also great guests on my show. And I hope you all enjoyed it. And from what I can see, at least, I actually have more than one listener. So that's great, I guess. And it becomes easier and easier over time, because I feel that this kind of community that's built, even if I don't know all of you out there, it just feels that every time I post an episode and I see it gets downloaded and listened to, I just feel that, we're kind of a little community out there. So I'm really, really happy about that and really grateful. And I mean, that's the best anniversary present that you guys could have done for me. This is like the 15th episode. What I'm trying to say is really thank you for everyone. And really, you made my year, and I hope I can do that for another year and many, many years. So with your help and with your feedback. So thank you again for all that. That said, also, I invite you to keep listening. There's a little something special that I'll talk about later on during the episode. So please stay tuned. You guys gave me a lot, and I'm trying to give a little bit in return. So stay tuned. What happened the past year, a lot of people, what they do for their 1-year episode, they decide to actually talk about what they've been doing the past year. And I mentioned it a little bit before, talking about me, my journey, some amazing guests. I went on different podcasts as well. And it was really, really nice to do that. So you got to learn a little bit more about me. And I hope, that it could help you in some ways. But what I'd like to maybe focus a bit more is what's coming up. You guys know me. I don't really kind of stay on the past. I always try to look forward. So the first thing before I started this episode, I was thinking, what do I see in the future for the next year? And I had a couple of ideas, and I just wanted to let them out there to give you little teasers. So what do I have coming up? I guess there's a few things I'm thinking about doing. And obviously, please send me some feedback as well. Obviously, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. It seems that you guys are enjoying it. And so definitely keep doing that and talk about my experience and other people's experience and my journey before, during, and after the divorce. One main thing I'll do is, as you know, I have a website, so I want to update it a bit more and put my interviews to all the shows I've been on this past couple months. And I was also thinking I'd like to hear more about you guys. I know sometimes it's not easy. You want to go on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and some people want to stay anonymous. So I was thinking maybe I could even create a little message board on my website, and we can have some discussions there, and it will be a place where anybody could talk about anything they want. And if anyone prefers to stay anonymous, it's no problem at all. Other things as well, obviously. I said maybe you could do some live stream. I'd like to do that maybe at some point, just going live and having a few of you connecting as well and having some discussions and talks. So that would be amazing. Maybe some new segments too. I was thinking I had a couple of ideas of some segments to put in each of my episodes. Another project on the side that maybe is not affecting, I guess, the current audience and all my current listeners, but as you know, I live in Quebec here, and there's a majority of the population here is French speaking. So I was thinking to try to also translate or maybe do in parallel some episodes in French, just to see how it would be received here in the French community. And obviously keeping in touch with you all out there and getting some ideas and making sure that whatever I'll be providing is also things that you're looking for and that you still enjoy it. That's basically what I'm thinking about doing the coming months and for the next year at least. One other thing too, and I'm sure a lot of people are mad about that. I'm trying to discipline myself to really post more regularly. Initially, obviously, I had this thing of doing it once a week, and I guess you learn with time. That's what I'd love to do ideally, and maybe that would happen with maybe a bit shorter episode, but I'd really love to kind of stick to the 2-week episode, so every 2 weeks. And I'm actually setting time aside and trying to be a bit more disciplined about that, but that's definitely something I'd like to do this coming year too, to be a bit more regular, I guess, on that, so you guys know when to expect a new episode at least. So lately I've been posting a bit more, so I'm happy about that. But then I guess I'm getting into more of a routine, so that's great. So for this 1-year episode, like I said, I tried to put a bit of thought on what I wanted to do. I wanted to do something a bit different and something for all the listeners out there. And well, first of all, I would love to hear from you all. So that's the main thing. And I think, like I mentioned it many times before, it's something that I love, getting some feedback on the show, or even just talking or emailing me about anything or everything. So I'm really open to anything. So for that 1-year anniversary, first as a parenthesis, what I did also is I didn't remember what 1-year anniversary was. Looking at when you're married, I remember that every year there was some type of anniversary. So actually, this 1-year anniversary is a paper anniversary. It was kind of ironic, a paper anniversary, getting the divorce paper. I guess it's kind of a bit ironic, but it's supposed to be the paper anniversary. So just FYI for everybody out there. So going back to what I wanted to do is I'd love to hear from you all. Anything, just send me some feedback about maybe in the past year, what were your favorite episodes? I got some feedback, couple of emails and discussions about some of the episodes. For example, I had my daughter and my son on, and those were really well received. Most of the interviews. What I want to know is what you guys liked, and also coming up, what would you like to see on the different episodes? So that's something I definitely want to know. I thought about it and I said, you know what? What's an anniversary usually? Like, what's part of the anniversary? So usually when you have an anniversary, you might have dinner with candle and everything else. So I thought about that. I was like, well, that's a bit too difficult to do, obviously. But you have gifts and you have cake. So what I'll do, definitely I'll eat the cake here for the 1 year and to celebrate on my side, and maybe even post a picture. But I wanted to thank you all for all you've done. And I said, what's best than sharing a few things with you? So what I did is basically I got some swags, I guess, for the Divorce Diaries, and a few things made with the logo and some pens and calendars and also coasters, etc. So I have a few things that I've had made, and I wanted to share that with you. If you feel like sending me an email telling me what you loved about the show last year, this past year, and or what you want to see next year, or anything, just even just saying hi, and put your address in it, and I'll send you a few things from the Divorce Dad Diaries, just as a thank you gift for being so nice and basically there every time I post a new episode. So, oh, and also I just want you all to know that this information will stay private, and I'm not sharing that with anyone. Again, it's just to send you a few things. So just wanted you to be sure that this will never be shared with anyone. Just thank you all. So please, if you want, just send me an email with that. And obviously, I don't know how many people would reply. So I'll do that until I run out of what I have here. But please feel free to send me that, and it will be my pleasure just to mail you free of charge, obviously. That's my way to kind of say, thank you to everyone. And hopefully you'll stick around for another amazing year. And on my side, trying to get better and also have more and more interesting things to share with you all. So on that note, thank you again, each of you, for being there for me, listening to me. And I really hope to hear from you very, very soon. Feel free to send me an email at thedivorcedaddiaries@gmail.com, or you can reach me pretty much everywhere, like on Instagram, Facebook. And obviously, if you go to my website, www.thedivorcedaddiaries.com, on there you'll find pretty much all the information on how to reach me, and you can even send me a voicemail. I hope you all have a great week. Thank you again, and we'll talk very soon. Bye-bye.